We played very hard to get to the playoffs, and we've done a really good job doing that. Now, if they keep going, it's just going to be a lot more fun. That's all there is to it.
It's going to be a tough game. Rome, we played them twice already, beat them and tied them. They're a tough team. We're going to have to skate well, pass the puck, and most importantly, score goals. last year we played these guys, and they just up in their house they just destroyed us. Like we lost 9-1. I think we earned a lot of respect today, and we deserve a lot of respect. This is a big game for us. Hopefully we can take it farther into the state playoffs and maybe do something there. That'd be a big bonus.
You know, you've seen them play, and you saw them turn it up, and you saw the excitement out there. And this is that kind of year where the excitement starts picking up, and this is really fun. Yeah, they have a good goaltender, and hopefully if we can get enough shots and put the pressure on them, we can take them out in a hurry.
We've been real happy with the number of shots we're getting plenty of shots in the games. We did that against Tuskegee in the last game, but their goaltender came out with a big game. They made a lot of saves. We're just hoping we can put a lot away quick and then hold on. We know we can stay with them.
We're really together as a team this year, and I mean, if we keep together as a team, we're going to have to play one of our best games of the year, but I mean, I feel pretty confident going in the game.
Yeah, they're down in Westchester County, and they usually have some pretty good players, and we've played them in the past and had some excellent games with them also. And they play kind of a really, at the times we played them before, they play a pretty rough kind of hockey. Yeah, a lot of contact, a lot of body.
They're going to be tough. Again, the keys for us is scoring early, staying out of the penalty box, really not hurting ourselves. If we play our game and be smart about it, we should be okay no matter who we play.
We're going to have to play like we've been playing all year. You know, it's not like we don't have to step up because we've been stepping up every game, and we're playing as hard as we can every game. So we just got to keep playing like we have been, get a lot of shots, you know, and good quality shots, not just shots, and really come together again like we have been all year. And I think we're going to be able to, you know, outmatch this team and outgun them, and hopefully come away with a victory. expected us to do it, but I don't know, we proved a lot of things to people, and you know, when we won it, it was the greatest thing. It's still hitting me now. You can't believe you won it, but after all this year, we can't complain. We've had the greatest year. I mean, I'd like to win this one for Art, man. All the years he's put in, this one's for Art, man.
It feels great. This is the highest point of my career. Anything in sports, just couldn't think of anything higher than this.
This is unbelievable. We started out the season, this is probably the farthest thing from my mind. It hasn't even set in yet.
The Ithaca High boys hockey team took on Whitesboro Saturday night on Frozen Pond at Cass Park. After falling behind 1-0, the Little Reds scored the next 3 goals to win their 10th of the season. Up 2-1 after one, Mike Wichkowski scores what would be the game winner. That was done shorthanded as Ithaca goes on for the 3-2 win. They raise their record to 10-2-1 overall. They will skate again next Saturday at West Genesee.
Hockey games at Cass Park are pretty cold.
We got one of those coming up Thursday night. I prefer these, you know, during the week games when Cornell isn't playing and we can play at Liner Rink where they played last night. After climbing the state rankings to number 2, the Ithaca High boys hockey team lost Saturday to West Genesee. Last night, Ithaca was out to avoid a second straight loss when they took to the ice to play Cortland High School. Let's head out to Liner Rink for the action. Nice and warm in Liner. Head coach Art Ciccati was hoping his team could bounce back from just their 3rd defeat of the season, and with just 3 games left, the loss could hurt their chances for a state playoff bid. Here in the first period, Cortland came out flying, but a solid goaltending performance by Justin George kept the game scoreless after 1. In the second, Ithaca gets their chances. Mike Wichkowski here one-on-one with Joe Zek. Close, but the referees rule no goal. Cortland finally breaks the ice at the 7:16 mark of the second. The Little Red here can't clear the zone. And finally, Derek Fox in front puts it past the screen George for the 1-0 lead. But 6 minutes later, Ithaca answers, and they do it on the power play. Zech a couple of saves here in front. One off Brad Johnston, but instead, Johnston picks up the puck and finds the Todd Kaplan, so Johnston gets the assist. Kaplan gets the goal. We are tied at 1. Then in the third period, Ithaca scores the game winner with about 5 minutes to go in the game on the power play. Wichkowski wins the faceoff, flips it over to Kaplan, who notches his second, and that's how this one will end. 2-1 Ithaca, so they improve to 12-3-1 overall. They'll return to action tonight in Whitesboro before playing against Auburn Thursday at Cass Park. Continued this past weekend when the Little Red took on North Country's Messina High in the quarterfinals of the state tournament. So let's head out to the rink at Cortland State, and after 5 minutes of action, Ithaca trailed the visitors 1-0. But have no fear, the Little Red go on to score 4 straight 2 here in period number 1. First, it's Josh Topp. Take a look at these moves. First, almost gets taken down, fakes the forehand, goes to the backhand. This game was tied at 1. Topp gives Ithaca the lead for good, only this time he'll pass it over to Vinny Parziello, who goes top shelf. That one came with 55 seconds left in the first. Second period action, and there was no letting up for Art Ciccati's team. Brad Johnston able to slip past the defense here and get a shot off, and the rebound stuffed home by Kyle Armstrong. Ithaca up 3-1, well on their way. Just to make sure, they'll tack on 2 more goals in the second, both by Brad Johnston, as they defeat the defending state champs by the final of 5-3. Ithaca moves on to play Section 1 Suffern High in the semifinals next Saturday at 2:30. That game at the Utica Auditorium.
I was saying to you earlier, being state champs, kind of like the Olympics on a much smaller scale.
You're still state champs. How many other teams can say that?
That's right, all of New York State.
Yeah, we knew they were close when they beat Oswego. It was great hockey, and then they beat Messina, and this weekend, back-to-back incredible games. All season long, the Ithaca High hockey team believed they were capable of winning a state title, and this past weekend they proved it to the rest of the state, beating Section 1 Suffern High Saturday and Section 2's Niskayuna Schenectady Sunday to win Ithaca High's first state title since the hockey team turned the trick back in 1987. Well, let's first take a look at Saturday's semifinals, and the puck might stop there, but it didn't stop from crossing the goal line. Ithaca on the attack in the first period, and on the rebound, Mike Wichkowski scoring on the tough angle. Ithaca with the 1-0 lead after 1. Now, I won't say too much about the officiating in this one, but a blind guy could have done a better job, if you know what I mean. And I won't tell you which official was penalizing which team more, but the penalties were one-sided at 10-4. So with Ithaca skating shorthanded for most of the second, Justin George was called upon, and he came up as big as the Great Wall of China. Some terrific saves in the second to preserve Ithaca's 1-goal advantage, but in the third, after Ithaca had killed off all their penalties, Suffern finds an answer. 52 seconds left in the game. John Ross Stewanik from the point off the end of George's stick and into the net. We're tied at 1 and headed to overtime, but not 1, but 3 7.5-minute extra sessions, and George equally as spectacular. Finally, at the 2:15 mark of the third OT, it's number 14, Josh Topp, the slapper from between the circles, and this marathon game is over. Ithaca, the 2-1 winner.
winners, and they are off to Sunday's state finals. The finals, yes, held the very next day. Ithaca taking on Niskayuna Schenectady, and Ithaca showing no signs of being tired. After Jesse Newton's slap shot here is stopped in front, Brad Johnston is Johnny on the spot, or Johnston on the spot. His goal, 2.5 in, gives the Ithaca the 1-0 lead. They add to it 2 minutes later. Todd Captain collects and then delivers. The shot just inside the far post puts Ithaca up 2-0 and clearly in command. But here come the Mohawks. Sean Nolan's one-timer from the point, redirected in by Mike Lephart. It's a 2-1 game after one. And you want more great goaltending? Well, you got it. George certainly gets my vote for MVP. He saved the day on more than one occasion. Yes, very good. Ithaca then extends their lead to 2 goals late in the second. The flurry of action in front of the net before Kaplan scores his second on the rebound. Little Red led 3-1 and well on their way. But don't start celebrating just yet. This one not quite over. Mohawks respond, and it's Lephart again. This time with the wrister to the corner of the net. It's a 3-2 game. But that would do it as George stood tall the rest of the way. And Ithaca High wins the New York State Championship by the 3-2 final score.
Feels great, you know. At the beginning of the year, no one expected us to do it, but I don't know, we proved a lot of things to people, and you know, when we won it was the greatest thing. It's still hitting me now. You can't believe you won it, but after all this year, we can't complain. We've had the greatest year. I mean, I'd like to win this one for Art, man. All the years he's put in, this one's for Art, man.
It feels great. This is the highest point of my career. Anything in sports, couldn't think of anything higher than this. This is unbelievable. We started off the season, this is probably the farthest thing from my mind. It hasn't even set in yet.
Way to go. Once again, congratulations.
Oh, what an exciting time it must have been.
I'm exhausted. I've been back and forth putting the mileage on the car to Utica. And, yeah, it took a lot out of me.
Well, glad you got to go there. Good job, too.
Thanks.
Thanks, Michael.
Well, on Sunday, the Ithaca High hockey team wrapped up a great season by winning the state championship in Utica. Tonight, in honor of their accomplishments, we've gone through the archives and gathered up all the highlights and edited all together in this musical season synopsis.